let's open up. Mike, you want to start us off today?
Sure.
Sorry, 1 second, Jerry. Sorry. You good?
Everybody good? What did you really like Saturday?
Should I say mentality? Or I shouldn't maybe ask you what I should say. I say mentality.
You like the weather?
Yeah, it was. It was
Okay,
warm.
What was different about the mentality then?
I have felt, and you know, with the meetings we have had here, and I have felt like positive, and then you feel like, yeah, but you want at some point also that other people, you know, should see what we are seeing in training. So, and I think you did that, not like amazing 90 minutes, wow, but it was a big step forward. And I think also this tendency that we had to maybe feel sorry for ourselves in some situations, you could have maybe felt that as a player when they score 2-1, but instead we just follow up with direct scoring another goal. And I think good reactions when we score the goals also, we went for the next one. But you could feel those kind of things. It's easy to say when you win the game, but it was something in the locker room. It was something. But I felt it also. I felt it maybe 2-3 weeks. Maybe also because I feel more and more that me as a coach can be more myself, and what that maybe sounds strange. But you always have to feel your way into a new environment and group, and I think when the players get to know me more and more, and I get to know them, and we start to be ourselves more, that's also something that releases some energy or emotions, and that was the feeling in the game. And then we played in a way that I also. You asked last week when like we don't see the crew a little bit, and hopefully we do that more and more. And in many parts, me at least, I enjoyed watching the game also.
Yeah, because you talked about how you saw this stuff in training and it wasn't translating yet.
Yeah.
Some of it began to translate. How much do you think you have installed? And how much is left to go yet before we see your full vision?
Yeah, it's like chasing that what is it? The rainbow, the treasure, like
the unicorn.
Yeah, maybe it's a unicorn. You and then you think you're there, and then it disappears, and then you start chasing again. So it will always
process.
Yeah, it will be, and then okay, now we see this, but and it's maybe a little bit. We have a Swedish word like luddigt, like it's a little bit strange and difficult to really put into words. But I know here when I enjoy my team, like when I enjoy watching my team, and it was more those situations in the game now than before. But I think we dropped a little bit in the first half, maybe last 15 minutes in the first half, and became a little bit passive when we didn't have the ball. And still, I think we stress too much in some situations, especially when we can. This decision making, should we go for a fast attack or should we install our game on them in their half? But I know also I have talked since I arrived about threaten the opponent, so we do that, but maybe in the wrong situations, and that means that we lose the ball a little bit too quick, and then we have to defend. But those things feels more fun to fix than when we felt after Toronto that we were like, this is not us. But that was the feeling the players also had. So, and then it was a good reaction from that game.
So, to be rewarded at this finally rewarded, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
was probably very important at this juncture because it could have been Ludwig. Is that the word?
Ludwig,
Yeah,
yeah. Good, pronounce it good. Yeah.
How important is Gomez to what you do? Your six.
Yeah. Very important. He is very, like you know and see, he's a very smart player. He also understands more and more, or he understands a lot of things, but he understands more and more his teammates and who can he tell to do that and how can he, that was also a good thing in the game, that you saw those relationships more with Diego, with Wes, with Gomez, the center defender. I think Rudy and Sean, they were really, really good. And Gomez is important there because his experience, his view of the game. Then we will get the leader on the pitch that can feel, for example, when we get a little bit too fast in our attacks, then he can control that a little bit more. So he's important.
In relationist, if I have this correctly, generally speaking, he's where the ball is. So
yeah,
the team
organized a lot around him. So yeah, exactly. That's good. I haven't really thought about it. So
my son came up with that.
Yeah, it's good. That's how we want to have it, and because if he touched the ball a lot, but Dylan is also one of those players, then we know we are good. I would say that Rudy is also, when he is a lot around the ball, then we probably play some good football.
Okay, last one for me is how was your family reunion?
It was, they arrived quite late Sunday night, so they were more tired and I was more speed up. So I was more. They just wanted to go to bed. So, it was good timing with a victory, and then meet them for the first time like in a month. So it was good.
And who came over, just for details?
The whole squad, like my oldest daughter, and then the two youngest, and then my wife. So everyone. So it's good.
Did you do anything cool yet?
I should say that we have done amazing things, but actually we have just been hanging around, and they were here yesterday, so that's that's the best thing, I would say. Maybe my daughter will come to the training and watch also, and then it's a zoo I've heard about, so we're gonna go there. So, but we are very. I'm so boring. I like to be here, and I like to just be in the to just be in the city. It's just to be in the country. It's nice. I don't need. We had 3 days off, and then I didn't. I talked with Mark Park, one the analytic guy. So should we do something? Go on a road trip? No, I need to work. He said. Okay, so then we stayed here, and that was also nice. So
that's great. Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I came up with something. I want to get your reaction to it. My sense, you're an incredibly sensitive and polite gentleman. My sense is that you offered a lot of deference when you arrived in Columbus. You paid a lot of respect to the former staff. You certainly have great leadership here at the club. You can't help but like this roster. It's a good roster, and it's been around for a while. And I felt like you really had to listen to a lot of people going into this. And after 5 games, the results really weren't going your way. Am I wrong to assume that by game 6 you said, here's a little more of Coach Henrik Rydström?
No, I would say that that's a correct view of, how you describe it in a way that I can agree on that. And I have thought a lot about it also before I arrived, but also during the time now. And of course, when you don't get the results that you you want to have, then the risk with that is you can start to overthink and overcomplicate things. But I don't think we have done that. But the way I have been, it's the way I can't see another way for me to be, because then it's more coming in and tell the players or the organization that this is the way, and boom. But actually, I believe in this in a long-term perspective. I believe in the project and the organization and the ownership so much. And then it's long-term, and we need to change some things, add some things. But also for me, I have had I would try to say it in the right way. I mean, I have had an amazing time. But then at the end of the day, you want to win games. But if I would have done it in another direction or another way, I would not been this far ahead. Maybe you haven't seen it in games so much, but I have learned so much about the players and the organization, and that will help us further on. So, but yeah, and then I felt during these 2 weeks where we didn't play, now I need to be myself more. Then, of course, I develop in this environment. I also change things, and I add things and I learn things. So that will be something that always will change also during time. But I was more myself, because I also do a little bit more our game than before, maybe.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I'm so touched by that. I'm sorry I've lost track of where I'm headed with the next question. But I do want to pay off the players, because, as you said, you enjoyed watching the game, and the players appeared to really enjoy being a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on Wes's 2 goals, there were attackers at the top of the box ready to pounce if a ball was parried away, or if the shot didn't go the way it was supposed to. A rebound. It was an all-in effort in those situations.
Yeah, that's the thing I also enjoyed. That I talk a lot about, that we can't regret anything after a game, and I know that it's easy to say, and then you go out and then you hold yourself back, and that's been the feeling for so many different reasons. So I don't want to go into those again, but I felt that the players also now we start playing our game. You will do mistakes, and we made mistakes, and we will do it again. But it's more like, okay, we go again, and we enjoy that part. So I love to win, as I've mentioned, but I also enjoy very much when the players enjoy themselves, and that's a big part. And the good thing with that is, if they do that, I know we're going to play good football, and then we will probably win the game. So it's a win-win.
Max Arston, Patrick Schulte, the rest of the players for the men's national team have been told unequivocally there are a lot of decisions that have to be made before the World Cup for the red, white, and blue. Over these 5 weeks, they're likely really anxious to prove themselves on the club level. How do you, as the head coach of their club team, influence helping them to be successful?
I think that's also, that's one part in how do I put it, the noise from the outside for the individual player, that it's amazing to have goals and have dreams and things to look forward to, but it's I think you play at your best when you're a little bit okay, I don't care so much, I just enjoy playing. I don't care about the outcome. I don't care about and to be part of a World Cup squad it's outcome that you can't fully control. But if you start to think too much about that, and that can happen. Players, I've seen that before in Sweden also. I try to talk with the players. Max is a player with amazing abilities, so it's more for him to really let loose. And he came back from national team, and then he did 2 sessions the day before the game. He was really on fire, and then what I try to do then is more to remind him about how do you feel now? Did you do something? And in his case, it's to really go against the opponent, and he did that both on the right side and both on the left side, and that's the most important thing for him to build on. But it's more small things but maybe also to understand them, and that they are it's amazing things, but they're also under a lot of pressure. Because they want to perform good. They don't want to get injured. They don't want to do mistakes, because then maybe, and those kind of things. So we talk about it. That's for sure.
You won the Swedish Cup as a player and as a coach with Malmo, the most successful team in the Swedish Cup history. You've got Richmond next week on the road.
Yeah.
Approaching the U.S. Open Cup. What's important for you as you communicate with your players?
Yeah, the lessons I have made as both as a player and a coach when it comes to the cup is that you need to understand the challenges in that kind of game. That it's so easy to believe that this will go a little bit easy. Now I maybe doesn't need to have a full effort, but it's not the case. If you do a full effort, then you will be able to take advantage of that in the second half. But every team, even low division team, they can run and press, and for them it's the biggest games. Those cliches, but it's true. So it's about the mindset there also. But then we have a good squad, and that was also a thing now against Atlanta. I made the subs much earlier. I have been a coward there, I can admit that. I've held on too long with some changes in the games. Now we did changes earlier, and then the players that came in also showed that, okay, I contribute here, I'm good. And that will be the case also in the cup. That players that haven't played so much, they do good in training, so now they will get the opportunity. But it's also always full effort in those kind of games. Otherwise, you will have a much tougher game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We all set?
Where are you with Daniel Gazdag? I know a lot of fans are curious about that situation.
Yeah. We've talked a little bit about him. First, I can just say that the way he handled the situation, because he played started against Kansas, and then he hasn't been on the pitch, but he trains well and he performs well in trainings. Then it's more that now when we play this formation, we have Diego as a number 10, and I would say that Gazdag is, so it's like Gazdag or Diego if I'm gonna really be black or white in the reflection. And when I have done changes, then I have prioritized Taha. Younger player we believe a lot in. When I've changed like central midfielders, it's been Bangura or Taha in there instead of Amar also, for example, that hasn't been on the pitch. But so it's been quite tough decisions, and it's more due to that other players perform even better. But it's tough for him. But he handled it in an amazing way, I must say. No complaining. Trains. I have a problem when you have the S on train. And I asked Sean and Pat actually the other day and they were like, couldn't answer it. So it feels good that they can't. No, they don't know. But yeah, he's behaving very well. But right now, I prioritize other players.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, somebody. Open up for training here around 11.